My name is Arnie Chinta with AudiogoN.com, and I'm here with Tommy Jenving. I'm honored that he visited all the way from Sweden to come to the show and then to come to us for an interview so that the AudiogoN users can get to know what is really the grandfather of audio cables. Many of us in the United States especially are not familiar with this gentleman who has been a strong force in the cable industry for several decades now, in the European market especially. Mr. Jenving, thank you for visiting.
Thank you.
So how did you start in audio?
Started in audio in 1970, I don't remember exactly when it was. We started with the cables 1976. But some years before that, I got into the audio business because I didn't have any apartment, and I was living in a house that was to be torn down.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was in a rush to get in the...
That close?
Yeah, that need to get an apartment, and at that time, our purchase manager, he moved to another city, and I asked him, can I get your apartment? He also ran a little shop. He said that I have to buy that shop in that case. And that shop grew.
So, as being one of the pioneers of introducing high-quality cables, in your opinion, what should the ideal cable do or not do?
The ideal cable should do actually nothing, as if there were a direct connection between the two items without any cable. Then we have a good cable. We said that our cable is so good that you forget it.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't know that it exists. And it's very good.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. And I understand you produce all of your cables in your own factory in Sweden.
Yes, we do.
Wow. Hmm.
In our own factory, in-house. And for development of new products, it's good to know the production, understand the production, and to be able to grab the problems when they come instantly.
I see. I also understand you hold several patents.
I have 2 patents. One is for mains cord, shielded, and another one for connector housing. And then I have 2 pending.
Oh, I see. So 2 approved, 2 pending.
Yeah.
And amongst your recent accomplishments, you've been into the HDMI cables.
Right.
And you have some kind of approval?
Yes, we are licensed members of HDMI. We were number 2 in the world to get a 10-meter HDMI cable approved.
So now you've been producing cables since 1976, yet we're only recently starting to run across Supra cables in the United States.
Right.
Any particular reason?
No, not really particular reason. We're already represented in 43 countries. So we haven't had any need for chasing new distributors, and especially United States is a huge market. We find it more important to maintain our current customers rather than chase for more than we can bite. We have extended the factory, and we feel that we are mature to enter your market now.
Great, because I'm sure the demand will be high once people actually understand that gentleman with 30 years of cable design is behind these cables, and again produced in their own factory in Sweden, which is also not very common for cable companies. What kind of trends do you see coming in the next 5 years, in particular that might affect the cable industry or the high-end audio industry in general?
For business-wise, I believe that we must be aware of competition from wireless. What we believe very much in for the future is the HDMI and power cords, especially shielded from radiating out.
Outwards, I
Yeah,
see.
and also immunity for incoming into the cable. Electric and magnetic alternating fields.
Now, I feel that that is more relevant for mains cables or all cables.
We apply that on loudspeaker cables as well,
Okay.
because we have measured and found that there is an interaction between loudspeaker cable radiation into low signal circuit boards. And that is also our, business concept and our philosophy to profile on measuring. And maybe not so much on listening, because that is very subjective. We have this no-nonsense design.
So simple geometry, no-nonsense materials, is that what you
Yeah.
mean, or?
In a way, yes, but I mean that we must always be able to explain what we do, measure what we do, and to prove.
Oh, I see, I see. Nonsense as in the more colloquial term, snake oil.
Right.
Okay, I see, good point. So on a final technical note, what do you consider the biggest hurdle in cable design that you overcome?
For loudspeaker cables, it is the inductance and time shift. And for interconnect, it is the capacitance.
Those are the two aspects you keep at the lowest possible in your cables.
I think we were a little bit odd when we introduced the ply cable. Must be more than 10 years ago.
Okay,
Because at that time, a good hi-fi cable was with the conductors apart from each other. Whereas we said that then you get a high inductance. So we did completely the opposite with sandwich design. We call the ply cable flat surface to flat surface. Then you get the low inductance. And we could measure this, we could prove it. We thought that now we can take the market because we can prove that, but we could not. Took many years before we could turn 180 degrees and say that what I said yesterday is not true. Now there are not many who are selling high inductance cables.
you've been an influence on the cable industry for many years,
Yes.
and that was perhaps another example
Right.
where your research and measurements convinced not only yourself but other
Right, yes.
companies to follow in the same direction. So thanks for the bit of technical detail. And again, we are honored to have Mr. Jenving here, especially because right now he has a pretty severe cold. This Las Vegas weather does that to everybody that comes here, just about, including myself. So once again, I really appreciate your time and coming all the way here. Thank you very much.
Thank you
My
so
pleasure.
much for listening.
Certainly. Thank you.